Warrior, today we will confront a truth that every high-value man must acknowledge. It is the detrimental habits that can cause women to lose respect for you. This is not a trivial matter, but a topic of utmost importance, one that you must understand, especially if you're here to become the kind of man who commands respect, not just from others, but most importantly, from yourself. If you're familiar with the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, you know that they didn't seek respect through wealth or status. They earned it by refining their character, by being unwavering in their values, and by removing the habits that weaken them. That is exactly what we are doing here today. These habits may seem small, even harmless, but believe me, they work silently, eroding your confidence bit by bit and chipping away at the respect you truly deserve. As a high-value man, your character must be unbreakable, your habits solid and intentional. This video is not merely a lesson, it is a wake-up call. If you are ready to uncover what might be holding you back and rid yourself of these silent poisons, then stay with me until the end. For each of these habits is a barrier standing between you and the strength and respect you seek. Let us break through these barriers together. Lack of confidence. Confidence is the foundation of every high-value man. It is not just a skill, it is a way of life. Imagine walking into a room, your steps steady, your head held high, your eyes focused forward. Trust me, women pick up on this energy immediately, sensing your self-worth without a single word. Lacking confidence? That is like flashing a neon sign that reads, "I am unsure of myself," and nothing erodes respect faster than that. Confidence is not arrogance. It is quiet strength, the same strength that Marcus Aurelius embodied when he ruled Rome with unwavering conviction, never needing to prove himself. The truth is, confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build, moment by moment, through discipline and action. Think of the times you stood firm, accomplished a goal, or faced a fear. Those moments are the foundation of true confidence. A high-value man draws strength from within, just as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught. He does not seek external validation. He is anchored in his values and principles, like a ship that remains steady no matter how fierce the storm. Without this inner confidence, a man seeks approval from everyone around him, women, colleagues, friends, and in doing so, he surrenders his power. And let's be clear, a woman cannot respect a man who does not respect himself. Confidence means being comfortable with what you don't know, daring to grow, and getting back up after every fall. This self-assurance naturally earns respect because it is genuine and steady. Warrior, are you building this kind of confidence, or are you letting doubt creep in? To be respected by others, you must first respect yourself deeply. Hygiene. Let us face the truth. Hygiene is not merely a daily routine. It is a declaration of respect for yourself. A man who neglects his appearance, his grooming, or even his scent sends a clear message. I do not take myself seriously. Believe me, a high-value man never lets his hygiene slide because he understands that it reflects discipline and self-respect. Women have become attuned to this, and they see hygiene as a sign of a man's overall standards. When a man fails to take care of himself, respect from others will quickly turn into disregard. Why? Because if a man cannot put in the basic effort to care for himself, how can he be trusted to care for anyone else? Maintaining hygiene is not vanity, it is discipline. When we shower, groom, and dress with care, we are showing the world that we hold ourselves to a higher standard. As Epictetus once said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. A man who values himself shows it through his outward appearance. Women appreciate a man who attends to these details because it shows he values his body, his presence, and the impression he leaves. This does not mean spending hours in front of the mirror. It means respecting yourself enough to appear clean, groomed, and ready to face the world. Good hygiene goes beyond looks. It's about discipline and routine. A man who takes care of himself builds habits like regular grooming, dressing well, and maintaining a clean environment. And discipline in these small areas naturally leads to discipline in larger ones. If a man cannot even stick to basic hygiene, how can he commit to the greater goals he sets for himself? Disrespectful behavior. Respect is not just something you give to others. It is a reflection of your own character. When a man shows disrespect through belittling words, dismissive actions, or a lack of empathy, he exposes a deep flaw in his character that no charm can cover up. Believe me, women notice this immediately. A high-value man never resorts to disrespect because he understands it is a betrayal of his own standards. Respect is not a tool, it is a value. A high-value man lives by that value and never loses respect for himself. A disrespectful man constantly seeks control by putting others down, needing to feel superior to everyone else. This is a sign of insecurity, not strength. Just look at the lives of Stoic philosophers like Seneca, who taught that a man must first master himself before he can lead others. True strength comes from empathy, self-control, and the discipline to treat everyone with respect. A man who cannot respect others is showing a lack of inner stability, and that kind of weakness will only drive respect away, not bring it closer. When you disrespect others, especially a woman, you reveal your own lack of control and insecurity. Neediness and clinginess. Let us discuss one of the most toxic behaviors that will undoubtedly diminish your value and respect in the eyes of women. Neediness and clinginess. These emotions arise from insecurity and fear. They are a sign of a man's inability to trust himself, his partner, and the world around him. A man who is constantly jealous or clingy is a man who lacks control over his emotions. He views the world through a lens of scarcity, believing that if something or someone is taken away, he will be left with nothing. This is not the mindset of a high-value man. Jealousy and possessiveness are simply signs of weakness and a lack of self-assurance. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, do you trust yourself? Do you believe you have the worth to not fear losing a woman? If your self-worth is tied to someone else's actions or attention, you are handing over the reins of your life to fear. And that is the most unattractive quality a man can possess. Women don't want a man who fears losing them. They want a man who is confident in his own worth and who gives them the freedom to be themselves. And this freedom does not weaken the bond, it strengthens it. The Stoics understood that true power comes from self-control. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Life is a battle we face daily, and every choice we make shapes us. Respect doesn't come from others. It begins and ends with you. Each habit we've discussed today is an opportunity, a decision point. When you leave behind the habits that weaken you, you not only earn respect, you fortify yourself from within. Ask yourself, are you ready to leave the old you behind, to step up and own every part of yourself that you have yet to master? To live as a high-value man means choosing growth over comfort, self-respect over shortcuts. This is the journey of a true warrior, one who commands respect without demanding it. If you are ready to challenge yourself to master every habit that could hold you back, then drop a challenge accepted in the comments. Let the world see your commitment, and if you want to stay on this path of growth, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a step. Lying, dishonesty, and infidelity. A man's word is his bond, his essence. When you lie, when you are dishonest or unfaithful, you are chipping away at your own honor. To deceive is to admit that you lack the courage to stand by the truth. High-value men do not rely on deception because they understand that integrity is non-negotiable. Women can sense dishonesty, and once they do, respect will fade faster than you can imagine. She will see that you are willing to compromise your values, that you lack the strength to stand by your word. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who ruled with a steadfast commitment to truth and virtue. He once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." He understood that truthfulness is a reflection of inner strength and wisdom. A high-value man does not twist the truth to avoid consequences. Instead, he faces whatever comes with honor, because he knows that being genuine is the foundation of any real connection. Lying or being unfaithful does not just break trust. It shows a lack of self-discipline. It means you are controlled by impulses rather than principles. Women respect men who stand firm, who take responsibility and remain true to their word, even when it's difficult. When you lie, you show her that you are unreliable, that you cannot be trusted to follow through on your words or actions. Once trust is lost, it is nearly impossible to regain, and without trust, respect is gone as well. Infidelity is not just about breaking a bond with her, it's about betraying your own self-worth. You are showing that your actions do not align with your values, that you are willing to place fleeting desires above your integrity. High-value men do not seek validation through deceitful actions. They remain true to their word and to themselves because they know that honor is priceless. Be the man who respects himself enough to live honestly, to live with integrity. When you live truthfully, people will know they can rely on you. Women will see that you are a man who stands by his principles, a man who has the strength to remain faithful and genuine. Remember, warrior, respect is earned through the courage to live authentically. Anger and aggression. Let's talk about this now. Warrior, anger, and aggression. These two emotions, when uncontrolled, are powerful forces that will quickly cause women to lose all respect for you. A high-value man understands that true strength lies in emotional control. When you allow anger to dictate your actions, you show a lack of self-mastery. Women instantly pick up on this. They are not drawn to a man who erupts in rage or acts aggressively. It is not a sign of power. It is a sign of insecurity when a man cannot control his emotions. Anger often stems from frustration or a bruised ego. But Stoic philosophers like Epictetus understood that it is not the event that triggers us, but our interpretation of it. A man with emotional intelligence will pause, reflect, and respond with wisdom rather than lash out. Reacting impulsively to frustration shows a lack of control, and that's not something women respect. A high-value man is one who remains calm and composed, even in the heat of the moment. When you let anger drive you, you hand over your power. Instead, control it, and you will be seen as a man who leads his own emotions, a man who stands firm in his principles. Constant complaining. Let's talk about the danger of constant complaining. It's a sign of weakness and drains the respect of those around you. A high-value man does not waste his energy complaining. He focuses on solutions. Complaining about life's challenges only shows that you feel powerless to change them. It's easy to slip into the habit of venting, but understand this: constant complaining erodes your strength and alienates others. Women, like everyone else, will lose respect for a man who is always dissatisfied or focused on what's wrong rather than seeking to solve the problem. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and the Roman emperor, provides a powerful example of how to approach life's hardships: laziness and lack of ambition. Let us discuss something that many men overlook, yet it is profoundly detrimental to their value: laziness and lack of ambition. A man without ambition is a man without direction. He is like a ship without a sail, drifting aimlessly through life. Such a man does not inspire respect. He breeds apathy. A high-value man, on the other hand, is driven. He knows what he wants, and he works relentlessly to achieve it. Laziness and complacency are poison to a man's character. If you are not striving for something greater, what are you doing with your life? Women, like everyone else, can sense when a man lacks ambition. It is weak and it is unattractive. A man like this makes people feel that he is simply existing and that he lacks the strength to rise above mediocrity. Look at the life of Alexander the Great, a man with a grand vision. At just 20 years old, he inherited the throne of Macedonia, but he did not settle there. Instead, he conquered the entire Persian Empire, extending his rule from Greece to Egypt and all the way to India, all before his death at 32. He did not settle for mediocrity. He pursued greatness with a relentless drive that few can even imagine. Even when facing immense challenges, such as rebellious troops and political tension, Alexander pressed forward. He pushed himself and his men to limits others would never dare to cross. Why? Because he understood the value of ambition. His goal was not just power. His goal was to leave a legacy. He knew that greatness requires relentless effort and discipline. This is the mindset of a high-value man, working with purpose, not just coasting through life. When you lack ambition, you create a life of stagnation. You become the man who merely gets by, doing just enough to make it through the day. You become comfortable with mediocrity, A high-value man will never choose ease. He chooses greatness, and he commits to never compromising with the small things. If you want to be the man others respect, you must have ambition, you must be driven, and you must always reach for something greater than yourself. Women are not attracted to laziness or settling for mediocrity. They seek men who have goals, who have inner strength, and who have a clear plan to conquer their objectives. If you want true respect, always remember that ambition and relentless effort are what build your strength. Challenge yourself every day. Work hard to overcome every obstacle, no matter how difficult or painful. If you truly want to be a high-value man, never stop and never settle for mediocrity. Thank you for watching our video. If you find this video valuable and meaningful, please share it with your friends and relatives. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from our channel in the future.